Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as dual Brit. We have bleH, the blue Brit, and yellow RF. I'm butchering this intro very, very badly. On the north side as the Wehrmacht player, we have Steiner, and his teammate as the OKW player, we have TheLuckyHD. Every single player has selected a doctrine. We do have the Lend-Lease Assault Regiment with immediate mortar, who is fighting against the Wehrmacht player who's gone for the MG42, so that mortar is going to be a good counter to the MG42. And for his teammate, we do have the Tactical Support Regiment, who has deployed out a raid section here. For the Wehrmacht player, I see some Assault Grenadiers. We do have the Mechanized Assault Doctrine. This area does have some close-range combat. Generally, I would say don't deploy more than 2 Assault Grenadiers. They don't scale all too well, and compared to other CQB infantry, they are not what you could charge for like shock troops. And spawning as the OKW player, we have Overwatch Doctrine, who's gone for 1 Volksgrenadier, 1 Kubelwagen, and probably can go for some Jaeger Light Infantry once he gets the 1 command point. Kubelwagen and intersection duking it out. Looks like some more damage on the intersection, but they of course fell back to the heavy cover. And I noticed as well, audio seems a little bit quiet. Yep, and there we go. That seems a little bit better. The audio should be better on the stream. On the right side, we got the. Looks like some of these models went down to a potential grenade. No, not grenade. That's actually mortar shots. And the Assault Grenadiers, of course, get overwhelmed by numbers. The mortar is a great counter, and the Pioneer is not here to support or draw fire. The Pioneer, it can be quite useful for assisting Assault Grenadiers in the advance, primarily just to absorb shots. Kubelwagen is severely wounded. Raid sections are advancing. They do get behind the light cover and the light cover here. Kubelwagen's trying to make their way forward. Those draw some fire there, can't go back and engage anymore. But Pioneers get some mid-range damage, can increase the rate of fire. And I can see as well, they're not taking single shots, so they're actually getting mid-range damage right there. You could have kept it right there, but they're not being focused down, wanting to actually advance, which is actually really good. Yeah, the intersection squad will need to fall back, the raid section. Ooh, lots of damage there.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
We do have these Assault Grenadiers behind Captain the Central VP. We do have the Universal Carrier advancing, trying to engage these forces. And we do have the Kubelwagen still severely wounded. Won't be able to get any repairs anytime soon since the Shroom Pioneers right here. The Cannon Warfare is on the build queue. Getting some good damage in there. Excuse me. Universal Carrier is receiving some fire there from the intersection. And is getting some good damage onto the Universal Carrier. Got the regular intersection here. Engaging the Volksgrenadier and Assault Grenadiers are coming to support as well. The Assault Grenadiers do force them back. And they do advance. We do have this raid section here in this intersection. They can rip apart the Assault Grenadiers. Assault Grenadiers cannot get out of light cover. Even now, they can rip apart even behind cover. He does have battle phase 1, so he can rush forward with the Assault Grenades. He could sprint forward to get those Assault Grenades off. This one's not being focused down. It has all 5 members. They're currently just sort of just standing there, somehow not getting ripped apart. We got the biggest light machine gun upgrade. We do not have the grenades being thrown there. This guy will need to fall back. He needs to get out of medic bunker as soon as possible. He needs to keep these guys topped off in health in order to get any decent engagements. Volksgrenadiers are engaging. Does throw a scenic grenade there, burning up the raid section. The raid section is receiving quite a bit of fire. One of the Volksgrenadiers falls. They both fall back now. Some shoe mines are being deployed, and now Kubelwagen is fully healed back at home. I think that no, that's not the Kubelwagen. Yep, capturing up right there. Cannon Warfare may find a shot there. That should be one shot to kill, finish him off. And the intersections do get interrupted there with healing. Got the Jaeger Infantry squad to run out, but no deployed HQ to get out the G43. It does find a hit there on the Universal Carrier. Raid section severely wounded, and the Kenilworth decides to fall back nice and early because it got the target it needs to kill off. Now the Kenilworth has to stay back, capture points. That's about it. There's nothing left from the fight for the time being. On the left side, raid section. After this range, Kubwagner should do some great work. Reinforcing the raid section there. Only gets one burst off. Had trouble firing. May got stuck in reload animation. Or not animation, but just reload.
Commander abilities ready.
We got the Jaeger Light Infantry here, currently with the ambush attack, getting some free 50% increased accuracy shots. And the section squad will not be able to deal with the Grenadiers, Jaeger Light Infantry at this range, though they're getting some great damage in. How?
Aufgepasst. The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
At that range, they had regular Grenadier rifles. They don't have a scope rifle that has reduced accuracy close range. They had regular Grenadier rifles, so they should have been great at that range, but guess not. Assault Grenadiers do fall back. 2-2 engaging from the flank. We got the Royal Engineers coming forward with a heat grenade. He may not see it in time. Plus, you hardly ever see the heat grenade from the Royal Engineers, so you may not even recognize it has that ability. Just going to try to run down. Assault Grenadiers going to intercept. There is also a Minesweeper here, so it has reduced damage. Also got an AT gun deployed back out here, as well as a medic. Assault Grenadiers receiving some fire there from the raid section, receiving fire from this over here. Is that just damage or nope, no 5-man squad. Not shoe mines, regular land mines being deployed on out by the Royal Engineers. And MG42 does find some good suppression there on top of the raid section. On the left side. Ooh, what was that? Kubelwagen? Yeah, Kubelwagen went down. Must have found a landmine right there. MG42 will need to fall back, especially with the mortar in the region. But right now, at the current rate, he likely will get wiped by these forces. He will get wiped out. He's going to try to push forward, try to capture it up. He has deployed out some regular Grenadiers being upgraded to LMGs. Assault Grenadiers could throw some grenades there, but nope, does manage to get enough damage on there before him capturing it up. And if the two Jaeger Infantry now upgrade G43s, it would be great. Best make them move everywhere in order to get some great damage in, and does suppress both those squads since the raid section decides to not retreat and cause AoE suppression to take out that or force back the intersection there. Two trying to avoid the heat grenades from the Royal Engineers this time. It's getting some good damage there on the Vickers. He will receive the heat grenade and will receive a lot of rearmament hits there from the Vickers. So that may actually go down to the Vickers, receiving massive amount of fire, and does go down there. But he will get flanked by the Volksgrenadier.
Losses upon us.
He does take out the Vickers. He could potentially claim one of the Vickers with his 5-man squad. He does not claim with a 3-man squad. And he will claim himself with a free Vickers gun, which would be great to set up on the flank in order to protect it without needing to spend your own manpower on a MG34. Grenadiers do get suppressed there by the quad half-track.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy.
We do have the air resupply operations being deployed now, getting out a mortar, AT gun, and some medical supplies. He does not have a medic, and that will give him some good amount of weapons as well that he needs. And now to give them 2 mortars as well. Does pick up the medical supplies. That guy does heal up the Royal Engineer as well. Royal Engineer is going to be eyeing to pick up the mortar gun, mortar 2. There we go. And still a couple more medical supplies left over. He does go ahead and force back the cannon warfare, getting one model there. We do have a Battle Creep HQ here, as well as Battle Phase 2 being researched by the Wehrmacht Austrian player. M314 will get suppressive shots there on that raid section. Sort of hard to see if that decapture symbol there, and does get fully pinned. He is not behind heavy cover. He is at an angle, flanking angle cover right there. And the MG42 does get forced back. Sorry about that. I was just checking out my stream on another screen. And he is going for the cutoff point there, but will only cut off this single point here. The munitions point is not captured, but being captured for the Wehrmacht player. We got a Panzer-equipped Panzer Grenadier here. The cannon warfare is also making his advance as well. And here, grenade looks like the raid section has thrown out a Molotov. Extreme Pioneers do get suppressed right there. We do have some Obersaus as well. Looks like Magenta is very blocking up some elite infantry. Gets a good hit there with the cannon warfare. One more shot and it will go down. Jaeger infantry engaging. It's not scavenge doctrine, so he does not have access to infiltration grenades. We do have the Obersaus now upgraded to MG34. Cannon warfare trying to set on up. May find an angle. Nope, looks like he managed to get out there and packs up before we find a potential another angle. Mortar does get a good hit there, and the intersections do fall back. On the left side, we got the Warrior Engineers and intersections we can advance. We got a mine detonation over here. Volksgrenadiers are a bit blobby. A lot of infantry squads split out by Magenta. Now we have Cromwell being blown out by Blue. He does have the Sappers for repairs as well.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Maginta's pushing way forward with infantry units. The mortar team will be forced back. I got a big wave of raid sections. The Royal Engineers took most of the shots, which is good. But Incendiary Grenade is thrown. He does not dodge. We're seeing lots of extra damage right there. Ooh, lots of extra damage. Does fall back. Volksgrenadiers maybe will secure the sector. Could be a couple more model. Oh wait, these are Magenta infantry. He is focused on that wounded one there. And the raid section does get wiped out there and does retreat back before a potential crush. He looked like he was going for a pretty sizable crush, and I had a gut feeling he was going to get it. Over here, we do have the Assault Grenadiers advancing, receiving quite a good hit there. By a mortar. Cromwell making his advance. And Patrick started making the way forward. Open fire was activated there. Receives a tactical shot. Patricks do fire. Both of them connect. But looks like nothing else to finish it off. Fresh raid section has been pulling him out. Rod is making his advance, trying to get some good damage in. It looks like the intersection Royal Engineers do capture up the right VP. You have 344 VPs for the Allies to 464 for the Axis. But that margin is shrinking. So it is a nice little margin for the Axis players. Over 120 tickets, or less than 120 tickets. Shroom Pioneers do back away from the infantry sections. A bit too much fire coming from them. As we got these mortars now lining on up. Great mortar hit there on the M242, and Pantrix, of course, can't do much versus infantry. Ooh, double mortar hit there, and that may have took out, destroyed the gun as well. It did. Intersection are trying to back away from the infantry forces. Raid section are behind some heavy cover there, as these elite infantry are getting great damage there. Obersaus and the Jaeger infantry is a good combination. Obersaus can just get a lot of damage in, while the Jaeger infantry can just pick off the individual models. Good damage there coming out onto Axis infantry. He's trying to go for Panzerfaust. The cannon warfare does roll a miss. Panzerfaust will damage the engine. and 2 shots. It can survive 2 shots, but I think the 3rd shot will actually get it killed. It's section behind some heavy cover here, getting some great damage in. Cost-effective engagement for them, but even then, maybe not so much because there's so much fire coming down onto them. Our engineers are backing away, trying to repair up the Cromwell. Panzer 4, OKW Panzer 4 has been pulling out. 6-pounder rolls a miss. Cromwell rolls a hit, but so does the Panzer 4. Couple hits there. The Panzer 4 will back away. 1 shot away from death. Mortar does get a great hit there in the Jaeger infantry. And got another Cannon Warfare hit there on the Cromwell, but it looks like this will be get away. He tried to force fire, but misses. Rogers could not stop the Cannon Warfare. 1 machine gun's not enough. And we've got a Gamma Bomb onto the Pack 40. It's not enough to kill it off, and just drop Panzerstruck by the Panzer Grenadiers. Do we see? Yeah, the squad is still alive. Oh wait, get that Panzerstruck, get that Panzer 4 away from the Panzerstruck. If there was no Panzerstruck, that would be a great engagement against that Panzerstruck. That may actually be death, but I still believe he can actually withstand a shot. Turn off prioritize fire. Gets inside the garrison. Austria's Panzer 4 could have got some great work there. Trying to go for a crush. Structure goes down and drops the Panzerstruck as well. That structure was a decent idea when it was in full fire, but that if you're going to get crushed like that and you knew it's going to take more than 1 shot, maybe you didn't realize it's going to take more than 1 shot, probably would have been a good idea just to avoid. But you got these Volksgrenadiers advancing, trying to hit the raid sections. Was there another thing? Or are they just doing more trash talking? Didn't see anything else going on. Mortar is still the crew right there. This mortar is at Veteran C1. Does deploy out some landmines there, which could be useful. A Panzer 4 diving onto it could be definitely for the Panzer 4. We do have 2 Panzer 4s now out on the field, which could do good damage, to say the least. Got the intersections now receiving some fire from the captured Vickers. And now here comes a Cromwell, fresh. Well, no, that's the same Cromwell, not fresh Cromwell. Able to get some good damage in, but not really committing. There's a Cannon Warfare pushes way forward. Have to be careful with the Cannon Warfare and the Panzer 4s. Never know what may happen. We do have now a Comet Tank out in the field. The Panzer 4 will have extreme trouble versus the Comet Tank. Though the Panzer 4 may be able to get a rear armor shot there. Don't see any killer mines there. Panzerstrucks are advancing. Panzer 4 rolls a miss, so unable to get a Faust. Faust does connect, but not enough to get a kill. Panzer 4 taking a horrendous path. Panzerstruck does connect, going for another Panzer Faust there. Comet Tank does get the kill there on the Panzer 4. This Grenadier needs to fall back. Very poor micro from Red. Panzerstruck does roll a miss there. Grenadier still advancing, but there's still the quad half trap suppressing these forces. Lighty already barrage just come on forward, but largely will miss. Gets to kill one of his own models. And the friendly fire with the mortar to boot this one. Comet Tank is getting repaired on up. It won't take too long to get it repaired up. And we do have the Assault Grenadiers now being suppressed by the Vickers and by the Quad Half-Track. Quad Half-Track at Veteran C3. 9 infantry killed. He's supposed to fall back. You can go ahead and reclaim the VP to the left. And the VP start counting in favor towards the Axis players. We got the raid sections making their advance. Six-pounder does find a hit there on to the Panzer 4, and will likely find another hit. Does get a second hit there, and the Cromwell, not Comet, rolls a bounce there, and now the Panzer is blitzing away. AT gun does roll a miss, another miss there, or that may have been the Cromwell. Commentator going to be blitzing himself using the emergency war speed. Sees a shot, rolls a miss. The French was smoked by the open substance, but it's way too far forward. Panzer IV receives a bounce there. Cromwell is also advancing. It does spot this mechanized HQ as well as the left 18. Not taking the opportunity to kill off the mechanized HQ. Cannon Warfare trying to set up a shot there. Does not get a shot off there, and there's no shoe mines that cross the entire path. Gray sections over here receiving massive amounts of fire from the elite infantry of the Magenta OKW. And I hear a Churchill. I do love the Churchill. Both of the Panzer IVs are down, which means the Churchill won't be as effective. It's still good against infantry. Great against Panzer IV, great against infantry. Left 18 gets some good hits there. Panzer IV does connect on the Grenadier. Panzer trying to get some shots on in. These guys are severely bunched up. Suppression coming on board. The mortars can do some great damage in. Even the Churchill and Cromwell shots, well, a couple well-placed shots or not well-placed shots will do good damage as well. On the right side, got the Assault Grenadiers capture those points and just split them up. So I have them start capturing everything. Left 18 start running up barrage here still. Cannon Warfare can't push forward, needs escort. That's Vickers up there, not another big Cannon Warfare. Second big Cannon Warfare on the bill queue. Maybe a good idea if we'll go for a Jagdpanzer this time, but the Comet and Churchill on the field, Panzer Force is not going to cut it. He either needs to go for a Jagdpanzer or save up for a Panther. He has to deploy on Mechanized HQ. He's maybe eyeing for the King Tiger.
Anti-tank rockets on the field.
Second Cannon Warfare will be nice, but against the Churchill, Churchills have a lot of health, so it's not really that great versus them. I'm still impartial towards the Jagdpanzer at this point in time. Assault Grenadiers getting easily suppressed by the quad half-track. We do have enough VPs for the strafing support. The Sheer Transporter is still up and around, so we can use that for anti-aircraft purposes. And we now do have a Panther being deployed out by Red. Raid sections will not be able to last long against those forces. Red's Panther is a good idea. He does not have enough VPs for the Tiger tank. He knows pretty close. May have been worth it to save the Tiger tank, but then again, the Panther out immediately could also probably be much more important as well. Because even though it's just a quarter of a CP, you have to lose, basically, send guys out to die to get that quickly up. And that's not usually something you really want to do. Grenadiers making their way forward. We got the Panzer Strikes advancing as well. Bundle grenade was thrown and mortars were raining on in. Artillery, no, that's the airstrike coming on in. Gets some great damage from that infantry. The very clogged up, so the strafing rounds will get some great AoE damage. Panther finds a hit there. Rocket run onto the Panther. We see quite a bit of hits there. The Panther needs to back out of there. So again, we're sitting up on a pretty good angle right there. Will now need to fall back. His infantry still in the region. Sees him on a straight run. He sees a lot of damage on the straight run there. And even the Cannon Warfare's got straight right there. One bounce there. One hit there. And they are both falling on back. Left 18 eyeing a barrage onto the Cromwell. And now the captured Vickers will be making his withdrawal. There's too much firepower coming up on that Churchill. And too much support it has as well. We got the Panther deployed, still alive. No repair engineers. Anvil intersections are right here. He has not gotten the 6-man upgrade on his Assault Grenadiers either, which could help him with performance in general. When they get 6 men, they're actually a bit more reasonable. 5-man squads, they're okay. They're very, very situational, but they're not general purpose. Like the Grenadier. Panther getting its health topped off. And red is going for the Flak Panzer Oswin. Wants the 18th support and the anti-aircraft support. And they only want an anti-aircraft. Magenta could have deployed out a Flak half-track. But he is going for a Panther, which is good. I'm just glad we saw the Panther and not the King Tiger. At this point in time, as much as you want to, like, oh, go for the King Tiger, there's just too... It would take too much fuel for that. So getting out the Panther or Jagdpanzer are both a good idea.
Panther, ready for action.
Of course, now the Panther is deployed.
Cromwell, damned enemies
Cromwell's
trying
at
to
Veteran
take a point
C2,
from us.
just received Veteran C2. And now the Churchill starts making his advance, trying to get some good damage in. Finds a miss there onto the Volksgrenadier. One bounce, one pen. Once he gets Veteran C1, he gets the extra machine guns. Double bounce there as well. Churchills have a lot of health and a decent amount of armor, so they can be very durable. And sometimes when you have to go for mass Churchills, I love going mass Churchills. There's just so much mass there, it's hard for your opponent to actually deal with that much health. Taking this way forward, there's a swept landmine here for the Brits. Another swept one right there as well.
You now have a new
Very, very careful when you get on top of those landmines. It's a one missed shot there and should be able to damage into the Panther. Panther having a bit of trouble against these forces. Interceptors making an advance. Great damage there on the Panther. Panther will need to fall back. Cromwell trying to pursue. No. Grenades or houses or mines. Panther does go down there. Red will need to deploy out a second. Will need to deploy out a Pack 40 because this previous Pack 40 was never re-secured. That's going to kill down the Oswin, and that's now another straight coming in, which is a little bit overkill at this point in time. Cromwell receives a good pen there from the Panther.
300 points remaining.
But now there's a lot of fire. Two common tanks now on the field. Panther will get outnumbered. Where's those Kenworthers? Kenworthers are pushed away over here. This could be a dead Cromwell, depending how the Kenworthers set on up. They do set up prematurely. And they will find one hit there. And does get a bounce there as well. Still not a great engagement there. Panther pushes his way forward. Infantry forces start making the way over that direction. Volksgrenadiers making advance, trying to go for a Panzerfaust onto the common tank. And we've got a pyrotechnic flare being thrown right there, trying to bring in some artillery strikes. Ooh, a really deadly hit there by the Comet. That first round does rain in short. Grenadiers push the way forward. We've got the Pantrix as well. AT gun, quad half track, a lot of forces here. Those assault Grenadiers are not going to do much.
Under fire! Enemy squad has us targeted!
Pantrix trying to get some damage there onto these Comets. And Pack 40 does find a hit there. And he's not responding in time. As far as ground gets hit on the other one. Out of vision range, so unable to get any more additional shots. We do have these sandbags being deployed on out. Artillery barrages onto that trench, and we do have the Karma almost fully repaired. Churchill got scratched by that shot. F-18 not at Veteran C1 yet. Again, we're first throwing some rounds there onto the sandbags. Does not take it out just yet. And they got another artillery flare raining on in. When in vision, those artillery rounds really do have a scatter, so you gotta make sure you throw on top exactly where you need them to go. It won't scatter like, oh, got a good hit there. Mortars, however, getting some good hits there. Cannon Workers get some good hits there onto the Firefly, but the Firefly should manage to back on out. And the Vickers will protect that VP. Very nice. Mortars finds good hits there onto the Cannon Worker, and looks like the last round just landed. Oh, Clausen and Jaegers should deal with these raid sections, no problem. Panther finds a hit there onto the Churchill. One good hit there onto the Churchill. Multiple hits there on the Churchill. Grenadiers are maybe eyeing for a bundle grenade there. And the Churchill is severely wounded. Cannon Warfare could try camouflaging in order to find a good spot there. Does not manage to firing the shot there. Looks like he's Carmel's finding angle behind the building. Does force fire the ground, goes around to that shed, and now we've got some artillery coming on in. Strafing squad. Oh, it must be something from the forward observation post. So he has a forward observation post right here. So he has brought in a strafing support ability. Got some artillery raining onto this base. Bit of damage here and there, but nothing too critical. Officer being deployed on out. And we have the Panstrike squad capture the munitions point now.
Sappers back to full strength.
Both these are heavy sappers. They have really good repair rate. Very useful for the Churchill.
There's a shiny new officer and gentleman ready to go.
Air transporter now starting to fire against the aircraft, but looks like the aircraft may be going for a strafing run. Yes. Finds great hits there onto that Volksgrenadier.
Taking effective fire.
Raid sections, you can set a trench right there. Over here, we do have the Pioneers back away. That landmine does not get detonated right there. That shoe mine there could be very important. There's a shoe mine there, right? No, that's just debris. My bad. Takes making their way forward. S-mines do get swept there by the sappers. Check. Oh, gammon bomb right there. Takes out both the AT guns. One of them fully destroyed. Mortar does go down as well. And here comes a AT sector assault now being held on in. We've got an AT grenade of some sort, or some sort of snare onto the common tank. Panther does find a kill there on the common tank as the more rockets are raining on top of the Panther, getting it severely wounded. Almost make his advance and may try to siege down that Shira Panzer quarters. Magenta may need to pull out. He's at Pop Cap. I'll say may need to pull out Yag Panzer. Red can deploy out Tiger Tank. He's severely wounded, lost most of his stuff. All he thinks is that Gamma Bomb. And now here comes a light artillery barrage on top of those Royal Engineers. I thought I would have done it on top of these vehicles. Not too much damage, but maybe be able to save the Shira Panzer quarters. Cannon Warfare finds some shots there, got a Faust there onto the Cromwell. That Cromwell severely wounded. Thanks to the Veterancy does have increased speed, able to crawl away a bit faster. On all fours rather than having a limb missing. As X-Pounder does fall back. Shira Panzer quarter is still alive, barely. Cannon Warfare do find some good hits there as these forces do get suppressed by something. I wasn't sure by what. Red's Tiger Tank has deployed on out on the field. Mortar has been reclaimed by the Pioneers. We're not retreating back immediately. Tiger tank receiving a bit too much fire right there. And now the comet tanks are making their advance. Does use emergency war speed to close the distance. That was a miss there. Overbounds, rolls the pen there with the comet tank. Grenadiers trying to go for a Faust. It does get a damage on his own. Tiger tank takes that Faust. But he does manage to save that Tiger tank there with the help of his teammate. And then cannon workers are now falling on back as well. Left 18 barrage raining on in somewhere along this line. Just the base of the British players. Does find the Cromwell right there. Very nice.
The Cromwell tank.
That immediately got out the Vector C2. Now it's a juice target. It's actually at 19 kills, so it hits a lot of infantry last time I checked.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Construction does fall back there. S-mines being detonated. And we've got the Royal Engineers trying to fire away with their Vickers K LMGs. And we got the Cromwell making a way forward. Does roll a miss there, but does force back all these forces. Quite a number of them are quite wounded, and the Assault Grenadiers receive a nice hit there from the Comet tank. Pack 40 is up in a good location, recruited by the Pioneers. Again, we're Zoo finds connections there, and now we do have the Crocodile bombs here. The Crocodile does have less health, but more armor than regular Churchill, so if you start receiving a lot of pens, gotta keep that in mind. The repels can be very, very disorienting, but it's something you really have to keep in mind. Assault Grenadiers receiving quite a bit of fire there. Tiger tank fully repaired, rolls and missed there on the quarter half track. Left 18 eyeing up barrage. Just throwing some more rounds right there. Destroying the carcass of the Cromwell.
Wireless intercepts put Harry Hun on 200 points.
Assault Grenadiers make it wiped out. The Comet tank, it's deceptively effective versus infantry. Firefly maybe eyeing tulip rockets. Fireflies is eyeing tulip rockets. Rolls a miss on one of them. Comet tank rolling up, trying to get into the rear armor of the Tigerpanzer. Pack 40 needs to aim moves over here, just get over here, and now give us straight support from the Brits. The both through 3 rounds into that wall. Comet tank, or not, Comet tank is still alive. Tiger tank almost dead, but still alive. Firefly has full fire. He's going in for the Tiger tank. He's forced fire on the ground. Panther does find the kill there on the Tiger tank. Firefly does go down. Comet tank will escape on out. More rockets on these forces in the carcass once again. And artillery flare has brought him in as well as Gamma Bomb. The Gamma Bomb may stun the Panther, does not. But the artillery barrage should manage to finish off that Pack 40. Does finish off the Pack 40. King Tiger has been put on out by Magenta. Red can either go for Metal Panther or go for a Tiger tank. Ooh. Last remaining rocket run does before it gains some great damage there onto that Panther. Comet tank, he's hunting down that. Nope, just hunting down the cannon work. Now he's hunting down the Panther. But the King Tiger should dissuade it. Again, Panther Strike does find a hit there. King Tiger rolls a miss. And in fact, the Tiger tank gets body blocked by his teammate. Body blocking teammate killed him. Having missing the first shot, if it wouldn't have been body blocked by teammate, would have saved him. Tiger tank rolls a miss there. Red does have a handful of infantry forces. An extra Pack 40 is very important. He is portioning the fuel for a Panther, so maybe a good idea to go for a Panther rather than Tiger Tank. As much as healing the Tiger Tank is one time, and much I probably would do myself, the correct answer may be actually a bunch of Stooks. Because Stooks are cheap, and they have good rate of fire, so they're good against armor. But that may also be a bad idea.
Where do you want this coming? Prepare for action!
Tiger Tank does receive a pen there from the 6-pounder. Does use the rapid maneuver.
The weapon crew are, I'm afraid, quite dead.
Churchill does roll a bounce, receives a pen there, and we got these forces here. Does not recover the 6-pounder. If he was going to try to recover it, I probably would have threw a bundle grenade there with the Obsausen, and the Crocodiles also make his advance. Good shots there on the infantry. Does get a pen and bounce there. Does get some good hits there as well. Both of the Churchills are quite wounded. Intersections push the way forward. This is a relatively fresh one. 3 kills, no levels of accuracy. On the right side, we got the raid sections laying down some landmines. Section does fall back, but the mortar now rains shots in on the squad that's already retreated.
The tactical air force is
And
sending support.
why is this mortar pushes way forward? He's not a pop cap and does retreat back immediately, so that was
The
a
capture
misclick.
point is being overrun.
The Allies do have a good ticket lead right now, 256 to 175, and there's a triple capture against the Axis players as well. Pioneers trying to decapture this fuel point. Both sides can always use a bit more fuel,
Supply line.
and the Pioneer squad would like to go down. Does go down. KP2 normally Pioneers at this stage of the game. You need them for repairs. Assault Grenadiers
We've
taking
lost an
this
anti-tank gun.
squad wipe there. He could perhaps claim the 6-pounder, throw some rounds there on the Churchill. Churchill throws out a grenade, and the Assault Grenadiers do fall back.
Opponents are seizing the sector.
Ready to put out another Tiger Tank. Spend the rest of his manpower and fuel on that. He has a very good amount of munitions. Magenda's starting losing some forces there. Magenda's at top cap and has been a resource float. Outfield player, red, he's starting to use light artillery for a bit more often. We got a straight for support. Do we have the gun firing? Not just yet.
Promotion received.
We do have Goliath deployed now by Magenta, but it's currently not camouflaged. There's drop LMG 34. That's where an Oakshot squad went down. Section does escape away with it. The Tiger proceeds on a rocket run, and both the Tiger tanks are in a simple map. The Tiger rolls a miss there, but the Tiger tank does get a nice hit. Buccaneers trying to push their way forward, but they're not even fully vetted. They're going for the assault grenades now. You have the munitions for it. Might as well use it. Gain some good damage to them retreating infantry section, but that's about it. Pressure Obsausen being burned alive. The Panther does find a bounce there on the Crocodile. Panther is at level vet 4. Gains good damage there as the 6-pounder shots do connect. Does get a wipe there on the anti-tank gun. Jaeger Line 3 can easily pick them off at range.
They're down to 100 points.
Cromwell or Comet and Quad trying to engage the Grenadiers, trying to advance, and we do have British medics right here and a forward retreat point. more artillery raining on in. Let's get some hits there onto the Panther. Good hits there onto the Cromwell. Or Churchill. That 3 Churchill is down half health. If it does receive a snare, given enough time, it will get repaired up. And now we do have the artillery. Oh, we got the artillery recovery ability being called on in. This circle on the map is artillery overwatch. Tanks will receive suppressive smoke or covering smoke, while infantry gets suppressed and wounded artillery action must come forward. It wounds the crew to make them a little less performing. Right there. Main gun loader injured. Panther and Tiger make their advance. The Jaeger infantry sees quite a bit of fire right there. Literally. And so the Oaksawson. Overwatch. Artillery cover. Overwatch barrage is still setting them up. I forget the name now, what it is. Artillery cover. It used to be a standalone ability, still got nerfed, and it was, in its heyday, it was absolutely broken. Bit 3 Churchill somehow receives a miss there from the King Tiger. And now we've got some artillery raining on top of the Churchill from the F-18. Panther tank prime makes way forward, does take up the Bit 3 Churchill. And the common tank is unvetted here and backs away before any more artillery starts raining on in. Each section is making the way forward. Sees a hit there from the King Tiger. Panther's at efficiency 5, Tiger takes efficiency 1, and now got a strafing support from the artillery forward assembly, the observation post assembly. King Tiger does get a hit there. Capture 6-pounder can be quite useful. Pack 40 can also be useful. Going to make their way forward. Armed PS. One more heat grenade there, but that will not snare the engine. More strafing runs are raining on in. The pack gun does get decrewed there. 6-pounder is still not set up at a good angle. Needs to keep that gun around. They may have trouble angling over here, so perhaps more for the ground order as well. And got the Firefly gets some good hits there onto the King Tiger.
75 points remaining. Tactical adjustments need to be made.
Firefly is falling on back. We got
causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Infantry units moving forward. We do have the comm tank eyeing for a 4 white phosphorus round, but does receive a pen in return. Oaksawson does find the Vet 3 raid section, but I think the raid section should be able to win that engagement. I throw out a bundle grenade on top of him, and he has not dodged. Seen a couple of good hits there. Fire tank makes advance, gets some good damage in there. White phosphorus severely wounded the Jaeger infantry. They may then use the medic upgrade and stay in camouflage. Decide to fall back after capturing it. VPs are heavily in favor towards the Allies. They have half their VPs remaining, now 1 ticket less. Panther pushes way forward, does take out the cash right there, very nice, and the Panther does roll a miss. And now we do have another strafing spark being brought on in. Sometimes I just realized, well, there's cash here, and there's also 2 more caches back in base. So they're heavily focused on munitions. They both want to bring in all their air support they can, artillery cover. They're going for munitions base, rain down, well, let the sky rain down on them build. Keep that pushing way forward. That boss when being rebuilt is a very important deal for all those strafes. And now I've got light artillery barrage now raining on in. And Volks right there trying to go for Faust does take out the Firefly there. The King Tiger only needs to take 3 shots to kill off one of those medium vehicles. Squad half-track gains some damage on these forces, not suppressing him just yet. Also make an advance, also one is a little bit wounded, but back away to his teammates' mechanized HQ, which I'm assuming it's as the engine is upgraded. And infantry is being forced back by the heavy cats. Also needs to fall back as well. Pocket out does receive a bounce there.
We're losing a capture point.
There's also a shoe mine right there as well. That raid section can retreat back and getting a squad wipe. No, he avoids it. 70-pounder being deployed on now. The left 18 will spell problems for that. Now efficiency 4 as well. And this Brit has actually lost one of his HQs, platoon command post, so he will have trouble deploying out all of these assets you can see in the bottom right of the screen. The sniper, the officer, the 6-pounder. He may not be able to deploy out the mortar emplacement if that's down either. Not like that may be necessary. Holmes in front of pursuit still. Does have some S mines. Hansfaust does connect on the unvetted comm tank. There's also smoke there. And now we've got the Panther tank trying to blitz away. King Tiger efficiency 2 gains some more hits there on the raid sections. Left side is still captured up. Lay down some more. Nope, that's not a landmine there. Now that the Cannon Warfare is getting burned alive by the Churchill. And 70-pounder does get a good hit there. 17-pound, the Cannon Warfare does go down as well. Now they know about the 70-pounder getting a couple pens there. Already have efficiency 1. Left 18 now raining a barrage on top of it, but of course Brace can negate that. I guess there on the raid section needs to fully fall back.
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
Both these guys now fully repaired.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Good hit there onto the common tank. The infantry do fall back, seeing lots of fire there.
Air support is coming as requested.
Section may get the wipe there on the mortar before being suppressed. Yep, they will. Oh, they got suppressed and then they wiped it out. They got it. They got the kill there before getting pinned. Light artillery barrage raining on him. Of course, he does avoid it. Panther and Tiger tank push the way forward. Vet 5 Panther as well. And there's going to be a nice. Nope, no rearm hit there. Purple pen. The Jets Panther, however, does receive quite a bit of abuse right there. Gas supplies are down to 25 tickets. They need to capture at this point immediately. Grenadiers making their way forward now. Strafing Storm, however, wipes out that squad. And now we've got the Eve section advancing. Rock and run. Gets some good hits there on that Magenta Panther. Those Panther Grenadiers should be able to capture that point in time. Magenta's Panther's trying to blitz away. Awesome advancing. And the Panther does get abandoned there. King Tiger is coming forward to say hello. The Bailey's Common Tanks is trying to finish off that abandoned tank. And does go down to the Tiger tank. Churchill makes way forward, receiving some fire. Section squad does fall back to the raid section. 10-pounder rolls and bounces there onto the King Tiger. Churchill has received quite a bit of fire there, does back away in time. In this case, it ends there now. The King Tiger with the 6-pounder getting up proficiency to versus rate of fire. And weapon control, which I believe is accuracy, could be reload rate. Good hits there on the King Tiger. Shield Pioneers have received quite a bit of fire on the retreat, but should be able to skip on out there as the Volks Grenadiers will try to interrupt the capture. Maybe Grenadier throw in Senior Grenade right there. Nope, they just says fall back. S-mines will be pulled out there. These guys are fully repaired. Get the Oscar back here to shoot down more aircraft as needed. Blue has 800 munitions. Holy crap. That should last for quite a bit of time. And that should bring in a lot of artillery cover. He can use Overwatch with the artillery cover and strength export. He can probably bring in everything. Giggling retreat, do decap the point, do fall back in time. Obersassen do get suppressed. These forces are starting making their advance.
Getting Werfer ready.
Looks like the victors will need to fall back. Still trying to set on up. He may not be paying attention, but at this point in time, he probably may get wiped out before actually getting a burst off. Yeah, it does. Obersassen comes forward. Fresh Obersassen. Finds that shoe mine there. Red needs to push forward with his armor. That is a lot of armor there, not doing anything. He's trying to go for a Panzerfaust, but won't be enough to snare the engine. And the Grenadiers going to be captured, trying to capture that point there. This point is being interrupted by the Obersassen. The Obersassen is severely wounded. They need to throw another bundle of grenades on cooldown. Does lose the Obersassen squad entirely.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Assault engineers, or not, assault grenadiers may go down, but looks like they did not. Ooh, one last shot. Obersassen squad pushes way forward. There's a dropped Bren gun there. Vickers has been claimed, going for the bundle grenade. He does get the wipe there on the Vickers. We've got multiple raid sections coming forward. He does not have the bundle grenade right now. He does decapture the point in time. The Axis players are down to 2 tickets. Reds pushes way forward with his armor. Central PP will be decaptured, so they can give the left side to them. But the right side is being overrun by column tanks. And the mines will be detonated by the communists as well. These forces are making it forward, trying to get some good damage in. Patrick's going to connect with the second counter is coming to Grace. Crocodile's still alive. Also getting a nice flank there on the 6-pounder. Panther's falling back. Maybe it gave you a good idea to keep the Panther around. They need to push forward. Capture the Super VP, and the right VP is being kept up by the Allies. We do have the Crocodile going on down. Oswin does get some great trucks there onto the medics, and the left and right VP were captured by allies, and that's the end of the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on the next replay.